So there you go. Tom Brady, last 10 divisional round games. Now, look, most of those are in New England, but as you see, they're all wins, except for this one. This had been his round. Didn't matter if it was 2011. Didn't matter if it was last year against the Saints when it looked like they were dead, but the Saints, made 4 turnovers in the second half, including that huge Jared Cook fumble. It didn't matter. He won in this round until today when he lost to the Rams. All right, so London Fletcher, what's next for the Bucs?
First and foremost, they have to find out what's Tom Brady going to do. I don't know how long he'll take to make his decision, but I think the Buccaneers are fine. Health was a big issue for the Buccaneers all season long. Dealt with a ton of injuries on defense, especially on the back end. They had injuries on the offensive line this year. So I'm not in a situation where the Buccaneers need to go out and retool or regroup or rebuild this team. Tom Brady comes back, they'll still be one of the favorites in the NFC.
I mean, the Brady factor is a huge factor, and if he retires, they have absolutely no plan at quarterback. They have absolutely no plan at quarterback. Blaine Gabbert is not going to be the next quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're not in a draft position to go out there and get somebody. They don't have any resources really to go trade for one. So it would blow up the team. That'd be it. And you would say, well, it was all worth it because we got our second Lombardi in franchise history. We got one with the GOAT. So who cares if it winds up getting blown up and you only win 2 games next year? But as it stands right now, I think that Tom Brady ultimately is going to be back. He's not going to want his career to end on this note. He just played at an MVP level. Whether he wins the award or not, it was at an MVP level. But when you look at this Buccaneers team, it's going to be up to everyone else outside of Tom Brady. Just because he says, okay, guys, we're coming back, doesn't mean that everybody's hopping in the boat with him. You look at the guys who are scheduled to be unrestricted free agents. Chris Godwin's coming off the franchise tag. Obviously, he has that injury, but is he going to sign a long-term deal with the Buccaneers or get paid elsewhere? That's to be determined. JPP, Ryan Jensen, and Ndamukong Suh, who for his entire career up until last season has always been a mercenary. Is he going to continue with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? The list goes on. Gronk, Will Golson, who has been a lifelong Buccaneer, Leonard Fournette, O.J. Howard. I mean, these are legitimate names that the Bucs don't know if they're even going to be in place in 2022. Yes, some of it will depend on Tom Brady. Yes, some of it is going to depend on the money and how those contracts are structured. It is going to be a big-time offseason for John Spytek, for Jacqueline Davidson, the folks who are helping run the Tampa Bay Buccaneers salary cap these next few weeks into the start of free agency in the middle of March. Figuring out how you can keep the band together like they did last year. Of course, London, it was a whole lot easier keeping that band together, saying, hey, we can come back, we can run it back and get that repeat. Guys, just take a little bit less. Now, how this season ended, I don't know if you can convince him of doing that 2 straight years.
Yeah, what's next for the Bucs? Tell me what Tom Brady's doing. That's the answer to that question. Tell me what Tom Brady's doing, and then we can address that question. Because until you know what Tom Brady's doing, it doesn't really matter, because it's going to look very different if you have 12, the greatest quarterback of all time, at the most important position on the field, or if you don't.
If Tom Brady decides to come back, JJ, and you talk about the free agency and who's going to come back, I don't think they'll have a problem with free agents coming and wanting to play with Tom Brady, especially if you're an offensive player. You want to win a ring, you want to get paid after winning the Super Bowl ring, you go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 12 is going to give you an opportunity every year to win a Super Bowl. We saw in that comeback that they had, did any of us think, hey, man, Tom Brady's about to win this ball game? Because he always does it. And you're a free agent and you're thinking about, hey, what's my next destination? And if Tom Brady gives you a call, you're going to answer that call, and you're going to go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, the Bucs are done for this season. They lose at home to the Rams, so the Rams will advance and end up hosting the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC Championship game. All right, so Tom Brady against the Rams as a member of the Buccaneers. Now, and look, this is the only one that matters, right?
That's it.
And the fact that losing the regular season doesn't matter much. This one matters. This one counts. And, they came roaring back. They're down 27-3. They tied it. But ultimately, the defense gives up 2 completions to Cooper Kupp, and the Rams hustle a field goal kicker on there who used to play and was drafted by the Bucs, and he puts the dagger in their season against his old mateys, and Bucs go down, and now it's 0-3 against the Rams.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.